Hi everybody, this is Alan Ellman, the Blue Collar Investor. First, let me congratulate you on completing the 8-part video series in our Beginner's Corner information area for covered call writing. I'm sure many of you are quite excited about getting going with this strategy. I could recall feeling the same way. So you're asking yourself, what's the best way to get started? Well, in today's video I'm going to discuss with you our premium membership, which is the highest level of support the blue-collar investor has to offer. There are so many advantages of being a premium member. I'd like to discuss several of them with you in today's video. The most important of these benefits is the weekly stock screen and watch list that you'll have access to every single week. On page 1 of this report, which is the weekly stock screen, you'll see many of the screens that we discussed in earlier videos. On the left-hand side, for example, you see in the rectangle at the top IBD 50 stocks and other sources. Every week we screen all the stocks in the IBD 50 list, plus another 2,000 stocks in the BCI database of equities that we've identified over the years as potential great covered call candidates. In the column, if you see the word Other, that means it came from the BCI database. If you see a number, that's the rank within the IBD 50 that particular week. In the middle, you see Pass Smart Select Screen. The Smart Select is the IBD screening that we talked about before, where you need 6 green circles to pass. And that's both a fundamental and a technical screen. To the right of that, you see the Scouter screen, which is the risk reward, where we require a 5 or better. And then we have our technical analysis rows. We give you the chart pattern, whether it's a bullish chart pattern, and we discuss the 20-day and 100-day exponential moving averages. And we'll let you know whether the confirming indicators, the MACD histogram and the stochastic oscillators, are confirming the bullish chart pattern. And finally, all the way to the right, you'll see the earnings report column, and it'll let you know whether there's an earnings report due in the current contract month. The second part of the report, which I consider the meat and potatoes of the report, is called the running list. That's the page that I turn to every week when I print out the report. And the running list will let you know all the stocks that are eligible covered call candidates that particular week. And there's so much information on this running list, let me highlight a few of the points for you. On the left-hand column, you'll see certain stocks listed either in bold or just in regular print. The ones in bold have passed every single screen, including all technical indicators. The ones that are not in bold have passed all the fundamental screens, but may have mixed technicals. They're all eligible covered call candidates. The ones in bold, however, are a little more bullish at that point in time. Now you can see at the top of the screen, some of the rows are highlighted in gold. Those are stocks that have passed the screens but have an earnings report that particular month. So we know we can't use that stock until the earnings report has passed. Now the second column will give you the earnings report date. And the column to the right of that will identify the industry that that particular stock is in. That will assist us in making sure that we're properly diversified regarding industries. In addition to that, we'll also give you the industry rank, A being the best and E being the worst. Adjacent to that, we have a column called Beta, which will give you the historical volatility of that stock as it relates to the S&P 500. The more bullish we are, we try to select a stock with a high beta. High beta stocks tend to outperform in bull markets, and low beta stocks tend to outperform in bear markets. That information is available to all of our premium members. And finally, we have a column regarding dividends. So if a stock has a dividend, we'll identify it and we'll let you know what the annual yield is in addition to that. In addition to the stock report, we also produce a weekly exchange traded fund report. And here we'll identify the top performing ETFs over the past 3 months. The top 6 will actually graph for you as it relates to the S&P 500. We'll let you know the percentage that the stock has gone up over the past 3 months and the current market value. We'll also give you a report on the select sector spiders. The S&P 500 is divided into 9 ETFs, and depending on the ones that are performing the best over the past 3 months, those will be identified in chart form as it relates to the total market benchmark, the S&P 500. We'll identify the current market value and the amount that the price has gone up over the past 3 months and compare it to that of the S&P 500. We'll also show you a bar graph of all 9 of the sector components. So if you want to see how the others are doing in addition to the top 3, you'll be able to see it very quickly in this graph form. Underneath this graph, you'll also see additional funds to consider. So in addition to the top 6, we'll also give you another usually 10 or so that you can consider. We'll identify the current market value and the amount that the price has accelerated over the past 3 months. Another report we provide for you is the high dividend yield stocks with leaps. This relates to a strategy I developed for those interested in capturing dividend yield from certain stocks, and I teach how you can increase that yield by selling long-term options. This is a quarterly report and is available to all of our premium members. In addition to those reports, we have a whole section called the Resources and Downloads section. Here we have dozens of member files, information that will benefit you in terms of education and in terms of maximizing your returns. Let me give you a couple of examples. We'll provide for you the list of banned stocks. These are stocks that report same-store monthly retail sales. These monthly reports act like earnings reports. They're very risky, they create volatility, and they're stocks that should be avoided for conservative covered call writers. This list again is available in the Resources Download section of your premium site. A wonderful perk you get is the Elite Calculator, which is the expanded version of the basic Ellman Calculator. Towards the bottom of your screen on the left-hand side, you see the arrows that identify the tabs of the basic Ellman Calculator. The introductory tab, the single, multiple, and what now tabs. But in addition to that, the Elite Calculator has 7 more tabs. It has an Unwind Now tab, which relates to a strategy that I developed after I wrote my 2nd book. It's included in my 3rd book, Alan Ellman's Encyclopedia for Covered Call Writing. And it relates to a situation where you buy a stock and the price goes up dramatically in a very short period of time. I teach how you can actually set up a second income stream in the same month with the same cash. It's a wonderful strategy. And the Unwind Now tab of the Elite Calculator will identify the calculations and the profits for you. In addition to that, we have a Schedule D. The Schedule D has an introductory tab and 6 code tabs. Depending on the strategy you're using, it will allow you to identify your final returns and also profit and loss for capital gains and losses. It will be very helpful to your tax advisor at the end of the year. Another perk is the 10% discount you get on all products in the Blue Collar store. The way you access this is to enter the Blue Collar store from the premium site. Once you do that, when you purchase your items, you'll automatically get a 10% discount at checkout. I'm going to give you one final perk for joining our premium membership, and that is a 48-page ebook that I wrote that relates to the 8-part series that you just completed. So by having this ebook, you'll have access to all this information at your fingertips if you need to go back and reference any of the material. On the screen right now, you see the link to the membership page, but let me show you from the actual website where to access the information. On the upper right part of your page, you see the red arrow that points to membership. When you click on that, it will go over all the advantages we just discussed for becoming a premium member and allow you a link to join. Once you're a member, you can access the premium site through the members login area, which you see circled on the upper left-hand portion of your screen. We at the Blue Collar Investor make every effort to keep our pricing as low as possible. When you become a premium member, the cost isn't much more than a subscription to the IBD. So if you'd like us to do the screening for you, and if you'd like to have access to all the files, the calculator, the reports, everything that my team produces for you, you should give strong consideration to our premium membership. If you'd like more information, visit my website at thebluecollarinvestor.com or email me directly at alan@thebluecollarinvestor.com. I answer all my emails. Once again, congratulations on completing the beginner's course for covered call writing. I look forward to hearing from you. Take care, everybody.